Yeah, outstanding team that we'll be facing on Friday night. I think more than that, it's an outstanding program. They've been in the playoffs so many times, and Coach Farley's done a great job each and every year he's been there. He won the Eddie Robinson Award a few years ago, and he's been up for it. Seems like every year. So credit him and credit his assistant coaches and really the entire program. And very physical team. Kind of reminds me of what I would envision Coach Farley to be like. He was a great defensive player there when he was in college, and I think he's carried it over every year. Great, outstanding defense. And you add the quarterback to what they do. It's it's a scary part of their offense. The amount of tackles he breaks and in the open field, and the offensive style is to get him in the open field. They've done a great job utilizing his resources. Well, they just do about every type of run game with him. Most of it is a zone read type of offensive scheme, similar to what we do. A little bit more speed option where they get him out on the perimeter and on the run as he's deciding whether to pitch the ball to tailback or not. They have some quarterback draws, quarterback powers where they pull a guard and he follows the guard through. And then it's sometimes when he's dropping back to pass, he'll scramble around and take off. There's been a lot of 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 12s that he's going to originally throw the football, and then all of a sudden he's got 15 yards on the ground, and it happens in a hurry. It's going to be a major challenge to tackle him. Their defensive line, a lot like ours, not overly big in the size area, but extremely quick and play with great passion. You can see how hard they play. They do a lot of line games where they're twisting and spinning and crossing, which can cause some havoc as far as some of your pass protections and those types of things. Their 2 corners are the best 2 I've seen this year that we've played. And I know we played Tennessee, but I'm still going to say that. And one of them's not very big. I'll tell you what, he's smaller, but he gets around blocks. He blows up a lot of the bubble screen type of plays that you'll see us run. And we have to keep our feet moving as we block him on the perimeter. Outstanding player. And then the safeties, they're good against run and pass. A lot of times they're playing in a 2-deep coverage. They're back their ways, but that just means they have a running start to hit you. So, going to have to make sure we do the right things in our game plan. Oh, yeah, it's been a great trade system, Bill. It's all done on the internet now. So Northern Iowa was perfect, and I hope we were too, or we would have heard about it, I'm sure. But no, the film exchange's been excellent. Everything's been done on time, and again, we have a lot of respect for their staff. So we would expect smooth sailing in that area. To me, it's just been secondhand, rumor-ish type deals, which hard to comment on, and I haven't talked to anyone on their staff or administration personally other than a conference call. But I could see how they could be, no question, number 2 in the country. That's quite a feat to be number 2 in the country and then have to travel. So, but again, like Coach Farley said, he didn't have any say in it, and either did we. Well, I think first and foremost, you think of that offensive line. You think of Iowa farm boys, and I don't know if they're all from the farm or from a small town or the city, but they're all huge. They're bigger than we are. They're bigger than the University of Tennessee's offensive line. Again, we have to play extremely quick on our defensive front, and that's going to be a great matchup. I really like how our defensive line's playing right now. I think they're very passionate. I think they're still hungry to do some great things, and but again, that's a pretty good recruiting base. You have some large cities that aren't that far away in the state of Iowa, and then St. Louis isn't that far, even Chicago, Minneapolis, all those areas they have players from. So with their tradition and a great football program, they're able to get some excellent players from that geographical region. It's really neat to maybe have something a little bit different than what we've done and prepared for, and that brings some uniqueness to it. I think we could possibly be one of the only games on, on TV on a Friday night in the entire country. So I think that's very special for our players to be involved with something like that, and get back to their hometowns and to their families, and on a recruiting emphasis, I think that's important and critical that we get word out about the Grizz. We have shortened practices due to lack of lights, really, is the reason we have done that. And I think that gave the players a little shot in the arm, like, oh, hey, we're not going to be out here quite so long. And, this time of the year, they're probably praying for overcast weather and less sunlight than we have. But they practiced a lot. They've been going hard since early August, and I credit our team for doing that. Every time we've asked them to go practice hard, they've done that. And we practice fast. We had a few people watch a practice last week that have been involved in some other programs, and they were impressed with how fast we practice. We get quite a few plays in, more plays maybe than the normal team during the same amount of time. So, I think that helps us as far as practicing and practice time. And they've always answered the call. And I think our team really likes football, and obviously that's important when you're a football player. But I've been some places where they don't always like football. So I don't think it seems like a job to our team right now. And we change it up just a little bit, maybe schedule-wise this week to help make it a little more fun down the stretch. What it comes down to is being able to practice efficiently in the amount of sunlight that we have or we don't have. So that's what we have to gear all practices around until the lights get here. We would love to go have even a walkthrough under the lights if they could get them up by Thursday night.
The first thing that came to mind was how much cover 2 they play. And a cover 2 is a bend but don't break defense. So we have to be very detailed in our assignments and knowing how to attack the different holes that they have. But yeah, like Coach said, the safeties get pretty deep, but we've seen them come up and hit and rally to the ball, as well as their corners, like you said, the smaller guys, but they're good. They run to the ball, they hit, they shed blocks and everything. So we got to be on the ball. Pretty excited, something different. Used to playing Saturday games. Like you said, it's under the lights. Takes me back to high school, getting ready, thinking about it all day, and going out and performing. I was a little disappointed, but I bounced right back, and we got to make another big play, get some points on the board. And with the pass that I threw, I was actually subbed out, just waiting for my turn to go back in. And Coach Smith told me to go in, called it a play. We've been working on it all week, and just had to execute it. Well, as a receiver, you do want the ball, but as a team, it shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as we're getting wins and stuff like that, it doesn't matter at all who gets the most catches, yards, touchdowns. It just so happened that the way the team played last week that I was open a lot and the quarterback found me. Sometimes it could vary depending on how we play or the type of plays that we call. But all the guys seem comfortable with what's going on. We don't mind as much.
Playing a running quarterback like that, you just have to have real good discipline as far as rushing the passer, and then on the run play, when they're doing the read zone concept or the triple option or the option, speed option, you just have to have your assignments down every play. There's no room for confusion or error out there with a quarterback of that speed, because if you do, he'll gash you. It's very important, especially in our pass rush. You have to have lane integrity as far as rushing the passer. You just can't be reckless in your pass rush and go underneath on the pass rusher. Just be reckless out there, because he can scramble and he has the ability to extend plays with his legs. And as far as a run, you just have to have great discipline and trust your eyes. You react to the block in front of you, and then just carry out your assignment on each play, and don't get kind of lulled to sleep by the plays, and just continue to be focused at each play. Yeah, playing underneath the lights, like Antwon said, it's just a different atmosphere, and it takes you back to those fond memories of high school that a lot of us, at least seniors, we've been out of high school for a little while. So playing underneath the lights, it always adds a little bit of extra emotion and intensity. You're excited out there with the lights, and just being it's at nighttime, and then the television airtime that Coach talked about. It's just a lot of components that makes for a lot of excitement to play underneath the lights. We're definitely growing confident each week and trusting each other, and we're gelling. We feel like we're gelling really well together right now, and our understanding of a defense and our expectations are really solid right now, and we're just confident in what we do, and then our coaches for preparing a great game plan each and every week.